Hey everyone, how's it going? Can everyone see me? Madeline, I hope you're doing well. And Janet, if you can hear me, I hope you're very good too. Um, Glad to hear the weather is treating you both well, and I hope you're very good too. Hope you're very well. Like I said, it's very hot and sunny in London today. So much so that my cat Eddie is fast asleep on the couch as usual. And I am trying to keep cool in a very humid house. So I've been trying to drink plenty of water in the meantime. I hope you can hear me okay, and I hope the visual is good too. I tried to use a lamp to try and light the space here, but it seemed a bit too bright, so I've kind of turned it off. But you might be able to see the difference. I don't know if that helps at all, or if it's better to just use natural light. But yeah, let me know in the comments if that's useful or not. And I guess there were a couple of things that I wanted to try and cover today. One was mainly about how we could use patterns when you're using instead of using block colors, or if there are large areas. Like I'd noticed a couple of people had asked questions in the group about how they could finish an image. I think it was Alyssa actually, just thinking about her sky and her clouds for an image with I think it's some flamingos she's trying to color, and it got me thinking about, rather than just using just two or three colors to kind of blend, or even just blocking in the color, I thought, there's so many other ways in which you can use colored pencils to create other effects, like whether that's creating patterns within there or other types of texture. So yeah, I hope that today we can kind of maybe make a start on that, and I can show you one or two ideas. And I also know that I know Janet was keen on. Hey Janet, so she says we're having lovely warm days still, very nice, so 24 degrees, and I think that's around 75 Fahrenheit, so very, very nice and balmy there. So yeah, I think what was I talking about? It was about how we could use patterns, and I thought I could just begin that today. But I know that we kind of covered, we have been covering a lot of color schemes over the last few weeks, and if you remember, I was speaking about using secondary colors and analogous colors and combining them together. And yeah, I thought maybe that could be a good jumping off point. But I just wanted to just mention one thing, and that is, I had mentioned it in the group, but and touched upon it last week as well, but my new book has finally arrived, and I've updated it and revised it, made all the changes that I wanted to make sure that it was really looking great. And yeah, I'm really pleased. Thank you so much for the kind words in the group, and everyone's been really kind, supportive. I really appreciate it, and it's been a lot of work, but I'm happy with how it's looking, and I hope that those of you that are able to get hold of a copy will enjoy it too. So I hope to see some of the pages that you guys have covered very soon, and yeah, I'd love to know what you will think of it. Really, a lot of them are the word mandalas that I've been working on, and I've got a few obviously bonus coloring pages too, which you might recognize. So some more kind of midnight word mandalas that are printed against black, and then I've got some of the kaleidoscopic mandalas, which I've been really enjoying making as well. So I really hope that you enjoy it if you get a copy, and yeah, let me know if you do get a chance. One of the things I find so exciting is that you could be on the other side of the world and becoming one of my books. So yeah, I think that's super cool. So yeah, anyway, with today, I just thought what I had done here was just taking one of the pages from the book. Madeline says that mine should be here on Thursday. That's really cool. Thank you so much, Madeline, for getting hold of a copy. And yeah, I hope it arrives in time for you to have some fun coloring it. And yeah, thank you again for all your support and your kind words as well in the group. So yeah, I'd taken one of the pages from my book and was thinking about ways in which we could use pattern to fill some of these areas. And I've been using a lot of my Faber-Castells. I've only got 12 of these, but I'm just really enjoying using them at the moment because they just blend so nicely. You know, they really feel very like buttery when you're working with them. So what I had done, just to show you as an example, was how you could use a piece of paper over the top to sort of trace roughly where the shape is. And so I'm just tracing around the letter A, which you can kind of see here. And I'm just kind of drawing these circles within the letter A with the view to fill it with color afterwards. And I also tried to experiment with using colored circles as well to draw within there. But I guess you get the idea about what I'm attempting to do. And there are just so many different patterns and methods, and I think that's one of the things that excites me the most about using your own imagination to not just fill your coloring page with just color, but to think about how what are the other ways that we could create more unique and personal images by personalizing them further and using things like pattern. So just getting towards the end of the A. So that was one thing that I wanted to cover there. And you could draw directly. Obviously, you could draw directly into the page that you're working on. But obviously, again, I remember, Madeline, that you'd mentioned last week how you accidentally, you ripped one of the coloring pages that you've been working on, and it got me thinking as well about how you could almost use a blank piece of paper over the top of something, especially if it's something that you feel is quite precious, and if you don't have another copy of it, you could almost color over the top of it, if that makes sense. So you could create your own patterns over the top of an image, color it in some way, almost as a form of experiment or another way of coloring it in. And then, when you felt confident that you wanted to try and attempt something, you could, remove the page and then directly color into it. So I hope that makes sense. So yeah, another thing that I wanted to touch on was about how, again, using color harmony and how to create more of a mood with, using warm and cool colors. So I talked about how you could use analogous colors last week, and really today it was more about how you can use different hues together to create something that feels more kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Sort of tonal, I suppose, across the whole piece. Normally I like to just use just a handful of colors, maybe 3 or 4. But today I thought I'd try and attempt to use these kind of complementary colors by using warm and cool colors. So I'm going to try and use 6 that I think could work well. So really, it was really about how you could use some of the warmer hues, so hues that kind of lean towards the kind of yellows, and then obviously the cooler colors that lean more towards the blue. And I don't know if you have any coloring pencils to hand at all, or if you have any pages to hand, but I thought it could be quite a good little experiment to try and test out this idea of using these warm hues and using the cool hues as well, and seeing how you could combine them together in one coloring page to make it feel cohesive. So yeah, I don't know what you guys think of that as an idea, but what I would try and do, what I was trying to do here, so apologies, my throat's a little dry. It's that hot here. Excuse me. So what I thought I'd try and do here is just to attempt to begin to create some kind of bubble pattern within the letters, and then to try and combine those warm and cool hues together, just to see how those could work. So if you want to, you know, like I said, if you have a colouring page to hand at all, then feel free to join in. But I'm just going to start with using an orange as a kind of mid colour to work with, and I'm just going to draw some circles just to fill it. Just going to work with the letter P to begin with, and yeah, let me know if this makes sense, or if you guys have any questions at all, feel free to ask away. But I've been seeing some amazing pages in the group recently, and been really great to see so many people join in the last week as well. So it's really cool, and I really hope that everyone will be able to join in and start, you know, getting involved and showing what everyone's working on, and any kind of ideas or things that you've been testing, or even colouring books that you're excited to get hold of as well. I know, Madeline, you had a huge batch on your way, and I think Alyssa had some to keep her busy too. So that was good to see. So let's continue. Let's see how I'm kind of constructing these circles here. And I'm just trying these different sized circles to try and create a bit of a random pattern, I suppose, so they look like bubbles or something like that. And I suppose one other thing you could do is you could colour the background, so the space between those circles. They could be orange, or they could be one of the other kind of complementary colours that we're using. So maybe a cool colour is the background, and then you could use these warm colours for inside the circles as well. Janet says, "I'll watch for a while and see what you do." Yeah, hey Janet, yes. I hope that it's you know, we can kind of continue with the colour schemes next week. But it was just an idea I had about trying to think about how we could you know, extend some of the techniques and ideas that we've been using over the last few weeks of just, rather than just filling in colour. I just thought it might be more fun to maybe creatively work with something that could yeah, make things a little bit more visually interesting, I suppose. Janet also adds, "I've been colouring mandalas again." Good to hear, and I hope you yeah, I hope you've been having a lot of success with them as well. I know how much the group loves seeing your images in there, so that's really cool. So yeah, I'm just going to start working in with these warm colours. I'm just going to use the yellow to kind of blend at the top, I suppose. And then I'll try and use like a warm or a softer kind of red to blend them together. And what I might do actually is just down here, I'll start to blend in some of those cooler colours as well. So see if we can combine both together to make it feel a bit more coherent. And actually, it kind of reminds me a little bit of I know, Madeline, you were talking about the mermaid scales a week or two ago, and kind of gets me thinking about that too, actually, about how you could use other patterns to fill your page. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the yellow to blend the red in afterwards as well. And just using little circular strokes there just to make sure that I'm not picking up too much of the tooth in the paper. So just going to try and get a bit of a darker red bottom. So hopefully that looks a little bit more three-dimensional now, I hope. And I might use is the green actually, so something that kind of complements the red quite well. So rather than blending from like a red to yellow, I think I'll try the green, so something cooler that could complement it quite well. Blend this in a little bit more. And I might use like a blue to really make the colours kind of pop out from. I'll use the blue in the background, sorry, just to make the colours pop out from the foreground. So I'll do that in just a sec. Madeline, that looks really good. Oh, cool, thanks. Well, I hope you can colour along and join in. I wonder if there's time to do a 10-minute kind of colouring today, but maybe, or a little challenge, but maybe this is me doing the challenge now. So let me just try the green here at the bottom. Madeline says, I'd rather watch and pick up tricks from the master. I don't know about that, but there's two masters here joining me today in you two guys, so no, it's all good. And you know what? One of the things that I love the most is just seeing what all of you guys are up to, and being able to sort of see what people are learning and sharing and contributing in the group. So yeah, if you're watching this on the replay, then yeah, please come and introduce yourself to the group. Come in and join into our little group, and hopefully you can pick up some ideas and some inspiration as well from everyone else that's there. Everyone's really active and doing really great work. So let me try this blue. See if this is going to pop. Yeah, and again, I'll try and I'll make sure to take a picture of this and post it in the group so you can get a closer look of this effect of using a pattern and trying to use these kind of warm and cool complementary colours. And just one other thing actually before I forget is I don't know if you're able to see, but I added there's a button that's on the page, and the button takes you to a prize or a giveaway that I'm organising, and it is basically to win a set of these polychromos, like a 36-piece set. So rather than just the 12 that I have, it will be for 36. And it's just a really fun little competition. All you have to do is just leave a funny caption for the photo that I've used, and yeah, the person that gets the most votes for their caption will win the 36-piece colouring pencil set. So if you want to take a look, then yeah, hit the green button and check it out. And again, if you're watching this on a replay, then if you head over to Crowdcast, I'm going to make sure that the button will be up there for you to join in. So it's free, it's totally free, and yeah, you get a chance to win 36 colouring pencils for free. I think they're worth around $50. So they're really, you know, I'm a big fan of these colouring pencils, and yeah, I'm hoping to put some more information together on the kinds of things you can do with them, and yeah, I hope you can kind of join in. So with the green, I don't really feel like the green's working that well, to be honest, with the yellow. I feel like the red in the yellow works really well in being able to kind of like get them to pop. So what I might do is just add a little bit of this blue in with the green. Let's see if that makes a difference. It almost feels like the green's a little bit too too light. It feels too close to the yellow, so you feel like it's being lost a little bit. And I think if if I could spend a bit more time, I'd like to just work into the red and the yellow dots or circles a little bit more as well, and just kind of begin to build up a bit more of the depth in there. But let me try and do that actually. Put a bit more red in there. Maybe even try the orange. Yeah, that's looking good. And this is where I start to get really silent, because I'll just get lost in doing this, and we'll just quietly sit away in colour. But yeah, if you guys have any questions or any thoughts at all, or even if you have stuff that you've been working on and you'd love to share, or stuff that you've come across lately that you thought kind of piqued your interest, then please you know, leave a message in the comments. But yeah, I hope you can see the effect that I was trying to achieve, and I would like to try and do some more work on how you can begin to, you know, fill up your work with patterns. I guess it works very well with more kind of abstract work, but at the same time, you know, if you're working on, say, animals or anything that requires texture, or even if you wanted to make it more abstract, I just thought that it could be a great thing to do, to try and use patterns to try and fill them up like that. So yeah, I hope you found it useful. Madeline says the circles are popping off the page now. Yeah, especially the red and the yellow ones. I think they work really well. The yellow and the green ones, I don't really feel as though they're as successful. And then Madeline just asked, did you leave a bit of white at the top of the circles? No, I filled them all with yellow. I think it's just this particular yellow, actually. It's very bright. It's almost like a lemon yellow. And in fact, it's just a cadmium. This is just a cadmium yellow. So very kind of sort of standard, I guess, especially if you've got prismas. Janet says, it's looking like the circles are spheres now. So yeah, I'm just trying to create a more kind of three-dimensional effect by using that. And Madeline says, looks like a highlight at the top. Looks good. Cool. Yeah. I guess just by using that red, yellow, and orange, even with just a limited palette, you can achieve some nice little results there. So yeah, I'll make sure to take a snap just to show you that there are no other other little tricks other than just being a little bit patient. And yeah, just I'd love to see if you do get a chance to try out this idea of using patterns. It doesn't have to be circles; it could be any shape at all that you're using within your work. But yeah, I just love the idea of being able to customize and really make your work much more unique by filling it with patterns and other kind of shapes. But if there's if there are any other questions or anything like that, then please ask away. But I guess that kind of wraps up today's quick little session and idea on ways in which you could use patterns and some more color schemes in your work too. But maybe we could try and just for Janet's question as well. It was using color schemes. Maybe we can try and go back to that next week, and I can try and find a way to keep combining these little ideas. But yeah, I hope you guys found it really useful. And if you get a chance, please enter the coloring pencil giveaway, and I'll announce it in the group very, very shortly, and also via email as well. So if you haven't signed up, you can sign up via the if you go to my Crowdcast page, or even if you're watching this on YouTube, there will be a sign up link there. Or if you can just join the Facebook group too, then I'll be posting that in there the next day or two as well, so you can join in. It'll be running for the next few weeks. So wishing Janet and Madeline a great day, and if you're watching this back on replay, hope you're having a good day too, and I look forward to catching you guys soon in the group. So yeah, take care, have a great weekend, and I'll see you soon. Take it easy, guys.